graph the solution set to the absolute value of 2x plus 1 is greater than negative 2 and express it in interval notation. This is another one of those situations where we don't have to write an equation and then split it up and solve and then use open circles or closed circles and think about shading inside or outside. This is another one where we have to use logic. So here we're given an inequality where we're given the absolute value of an expression is greater than negative 2. And I'm going to claim right off the bat that the solution is all real numbers. This is kind of similar to the last problem, but it's different because with the last one, this was a less than sign, but here we have a greater than sign. We know that if we take the absolute value of something, the result is either going to be a positive number or it's going to be 0. And anytime we have a positive number, that is automatically greater than negative 2. And if we end up getting 0, that is also greater than negative 2. So anything we plug in for x, once we take the absolute value, we're either going to get a positive number or 0. And because all of these are greater than negative 2, this is always going to be true. If we were asked to graph this, we know that all real numbers can be graphed by shading in the whole number line. So we're going to shade the whole number line. And then if we're asked to write this in interval notation, that's just going to be parenthesis, negative infinity, comma, infinity, closed parenthesis. If you don't believe me, you can pick a number for x and plug it in and see if it works. I am going to pick x equals negative 300, just because I can. If we plug in negative 300 for x, we've got the absolute value of 2 times negative 300 plus 1 is greater than negative 2. Now 2 times negative 300 gives us negative 600. So inside the absolute value symbols, we have negative 600 plus 1. And we know that negative 600 plus 1 is negative 599. So we have the absolute value of negative 599 is greater than negative 2. And we know that if we take the absolute value of negative 599, we end up with positive 599. And that is definitely greater than negative 2. So that checks. In fact, it doesn't matter what you pick for x. In this step where we take the absolute value, we are always going to get a positive number or 0. 0 is always possible as well. But we are always going to get a positive number or 0. And every positive number is greater than negative 2. And 0 is greater than negative 2. So it's always going to work. Doesn't matter what x is. X can be any real number. And we are good to go.